Okay, it is Saturday and I should be editing a video right now, but my dad asked me if I want to go to a card shop, and obviously that sounded a lot more fun, so that's what we did. I bought a ton of stuff when I was there. I got a big pile of slabs that we're gonna go through, big pile of raw stuff, and a bunch of other stuff over here, so that'll be really cool. So let's check those out. So let's take a look at some of the slabs we got here. So starting off with this 58 Topps Mantle, a nice PSA 3. All of these are gonna be like brand new labels, or at least all have the little hologram thing in the middle. 60 Topps Hoyt Wilhelm 7.5. That is a stunning card, super sharp. 56 Topps Ted Williams in a PSA 3. A 56 Al Kaline in a PSA 4. As always, if you guys are interested in any of these, feel free to shoot me an email. Down in the description will be my email or my social media accounts like Instagram, X, as well as my eBay store. So by the time this video uploads, lots of these will be in my eBay store. So go ahead and check that out. Or if you're ever interested in selling your collection, I am always buying. So reach out to me. So next up is this 70 Topps Nolan Ryan. This is a pretty tough card to get, especially for the 70s. And the PSA 6 is pretty tough on this card too. So obviously Nolan Ryan is always popular. Some more good ones coming in here. 57 Clemente. It's a good looking card there. I got a Hall of Fame rookie. I got a good amount of 56s in this batch. So I'm getting up into like the 5 range. I don't know if may have had 1 6 or something. So there's a lot more of these here in the coming cards. Nice PSA 4. Ernie Banks. I got 2 of these actually, so let me get the other one out here too. So we got the 3.5 and the 3. One of them's a white back, one of them's a gray back, so I got 1 of each. Yeah, that's a pretty cool card. It is a double print, so it's a little bit more common than some of the other 56s, but it's still a third-year Ernie Banks, and it makes it so you can get an early Banks card at a good price. Like these, I believe, are around $100, maybe under 100, somewhere in that range. So you can get a nice looking third-year Banks card for a pretty good price. Moving on to another Roberto Clemente, nice 59 Topps, PSA 3. Here's one of the bigger cards of the day, the 68 Mantle in a 5. That one's got some good centering on it. Not quite perfect, but very nice centering on it. Here we get back into some more 56s. Got the Hank Aaron in a 4. He had a PSA 5 also, but I just ended up going with the 4. But I did get a PSA 5 of a couple other guys from that set. And this card, I believe, was the biggest card of the day. The 56 Mays and a PSA 5. New label, new grade. Super sharp. You can see the corners there. Nice gloss on the card. So that is a sweet looking Willie Mays card. And for these, for the 56s, there's a handful of guys that the white backs are rarer than the gray. There's not a ton of them, but Mays is one of the guys. This is just a gray back, but the white back on Mays, much like the Mantle, is also very tough. So those 2 in particular are tough to get for the white back versions. And another PSA 5, got another Clemente too. So all like superstars, at least in these slabs here. Another one that, man, these corners, like you guys see this corner down here is crazy sharp. Just amazing corners all the way around, and a great looking card. More 56s, 56 Koufax PSA 4. I mean, another one. All of these for the grade is just beautiful. Nice centering on it. I mean, a couple years ago, this would have been a 5. When PSA first started, this probably would have been a 6. They say this year's 5s are next year's 4s, so that's kind of what it seems like. But we got another PSA 4 and a couple rookies coming up here. A Harmon Killebrew, nice PSA 4. Super glossy on this one. Really good color on him. The 60 Topps Carl Yastrzemski. Another super well centered one. Has a little bit of that print line that sometimes you get on the Yaz rookies, but nevertheless a good card. We got 2 more of the slabs here. A 55 Jackie PSA 2. Great looking card for a 2, to be honest. I'm not seeing any creases. There may be some that I'm not seeing, which not having creases is usually a big deal for people. So I always try to look for ones like that. And then the final slab, the 57 Topps Willie Mays. Great looking PSA 3. Now, one of the other pickups from the day was this 1969 Topps almost complete set. It was missing like 5 or less cards, but it had all the big guys in here. So we got some of the stars right here. You can see the Raleigh fingers. And then we got a whole bunch of commons. So pages and pages of them. You can see some of the star cards in here. Bob Gibson, Denny McLain. So there's a ton of good cards in here. And those are actually already sold to one of my friends. He's got a big eBay store, so he'll be listing all of those in his eBay. Lots of the stars are pretty nice. You can see some of them here. The mantle's not bad. It's got a small wrinkle to it. But Nolan Ryan, nice second year Ryan. The Reggie rookie. And this basically had all the stars in it. It was only missing, like I said, a handful of commons. And a second year bench. Third year Seaver. So a lot of good cards in here. Tons of stuff. Mays, Aaron. All the stars from the decade. Nice Raleigh Fingers rookie. That's another one of the bigger cards in the set. Early Carew. Bunch of other cool cards in here. Some all-star cards. Nice Bob Gibson. So a whole bunch of cool stuff. Lots of 69s. And then I got a big pile here of miscellaneous other raw stuff. So the oldest card was a 57 Topps Spawn. Ended up with 2 of those. As you can see, just a whole bunch of stuff. He had a whole like 5,000 count box. It wasn't completely full, but I mean, there was tons of commons mixed in with semi-stars and lower level Hall of Famers. So I just kind of dug through there, found a big pile of stuff and kind of added that to my stack. Ended up with a lot of good stuff. I try to have most of the Hall of Famers from most of at least the 50s and 60s sets if I can. Some of these here, these 67s, were some of the most impressive ones that I found. Super, super sharp on these, like the Joe Morgan. Here's a high number. This is Jim Bunning. And you can see just how sharp some of these 67s are. Those ones were definitely some of the nicest in the lot. Nice Catfish Hunter, Hoyt Wilhelm. And then some 68s also. Same thing as some of the other sets. Just a bunch of the cheaper Hall of Famers. And a couple 70s cards here. A Jim Rice mini and a 76 Nolan Ryan. So a big deal going down. I ended up trading this Hank Aaron rookie. Just a crazy looking card. I traded that for a 56 Topps Willie Mays in a Beckett 4.5 holder, as well as $1,800 cash, which brings me to a little point. Don't be scared. If you have a card that you think is a lot nicer than the other cards selling for that grade, especially when it's a big, popular, super high demand card like an Aaron rookie, like a Clemente rookie, 52 Topps Mantle, the big cards. If yours really looks nicer, you can hold out and definitely get a higher price than the kind of the average sales of that grade. This is actually the second Aaron rookie I've gotten a pretty penny out of. I also had a PSA Authentic that looked like a 7. It was like this card but centered and had nothing on the back. It was trimmed, but that card was beautiful, and I sold that for I think $3,300 on eBay, which in comparison to like a PSA 1, that's probably like $1,500 to $1,800 range. But for the card that you're getting and how nice it looks, there's definitely people out there that are willing to pay the premium, because that card will look like a 7, which is probably a $10,000, $15,000 card, and you can get it for, he paid $3,000 for the Authentic, or whatever this value comes out to, $1,800 plus the Mays for this Aaron. I wouldn't recommend doing that for any card, but at least for cards where people can't really afford a high grade copy. Now I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Hope all you guys had a happy holiday, and make sure to stay tuned for the next video where I'll be buying about 100 cards from the 1930s. So check that one out, and I'll see you guys there.